nerds and nerdettes, this is the Geek Master with OffhandGames. Let's play a game, shall we? This time we're going to play a full game from beginning to end. And this is my 7th, 8th time, I don't know, trying to record this Let's Play. I've had a lot of technical difficulties, but let's see if we can get this thing going. This time we're going to play one of my favorite games. One of the first games I ever beat when I was a kid. It's going to be King's Quest V. Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder from Sierra. This is a 256 VGA version, the CD-ROM version with full-on voice acting. It's one of the first games to feature full voice acting. Let's dive right into it, shall we? We've got the game ready to go here. Get it started. I played this game when I was a kid. It came out in 1990, so I was just like 5 or 6 when we got it. It's the 5th in the King's Quest series.
Have you previously played King's Quest V?
Well, I have, but for the sake of the audience, let's say we haven't.
Warning. This cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide
Let's
to skip.
watch it. This is Castle Daventry. In King's Quest, you play King Graham, the King of Daventry. You've worked long and hard to get this castle and this happy family, but something's about to happen. I won't spoil who this guy is, but you'll find out pretty quickly. I've beaten this game before, and it's been a while since I've actually played it all the way through, but I mostly know what to do. You'll just have to bear with me. It's not a walkthrough video. This is not a speedrun video. This is not a full-on walkthrough. We're just going to have fun. We're going to play with the game. We're going to see what happens, and hopefully this recording will work. One of the biggest strengths of this game has is that it's a beautiful game. Look at this beautiful artwork here. Hand-painted backgrounds on every background, scanned into the game. The sprite animations are a little bit less fluid, but they're alright. Now look at this guy, look at Graham here. Long boots, blue pants, red t-shirt, the blue adventurer's cap with like a pink-red feather. And he doesn't have a sword, he doesn't have any magical protection or anything, even though he's the king of the entire kingdom here. And he's one screen away from his castle. I don't know what he's doing out picking flowers, you know, for his family when he could just send someone to do it for him. But that's just King Graham for you, I guess.
My castle? What has happened?
It disappeared. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Cedric, the most annoying character since Navi, and the most useless.
Oh, I know what happened to your castle. I saw it all. Yes, I did.
You did? Well then, what happened?
I've recorded this intro like 8 times, so I don't have a lot to say.
Oh, it was the powerful and evil wizard Mordak who did it. Oh, I just happened to be visiting with an old friend when I saw him materialize out of thin air. Thank goodness he didn't notice
Let's
me.
exposit the thing we just
Now,
saw!
go on.
Look at him. Why is an owl wearing a monocle? Or a vest, for that matter. Is there something wrong with him? I have the distinct feeling that Cedric is actually a human being, a wizard, who turned into an owl accidentally.
Why? Would
Why?
Wizard Mordak
Graham's
want
looking
my
pretty
castle?
buff, I gotta
What
say.
does he have against me and my family?
I don't know how old he is. I think he's like in his early 30s, maybe. He's got gray hair though, so who knows?
Well, perhaps I can help you. My employer also happens to be a wizard, which is why I recognized Mordak. Ooh, unlike Mordak, though, my employer is a very good...
So you're not hallucinating!
His name is Crispin Arthur. but we all call him Crispin. for
Crispin!
short. The only problem is, you see...
Oh, God. Great. He has inner ear problems, too.
Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. The only problem is that Crispin is getting on in years and tends to be a bit forgetful.
I mean, senile.
I don't know. This doesn't sound as if it would work.
Graham's got it right down.
Crispin is a very qualified wizard, one of the best. He just gets a little forgetful now.
I mean,
and again,
senile.
that's all.
Right.
Now, where is it? Oh, I know I brought it with me. Aha! Here it is.
Ladies and
What
gentlemen,
is that?
the only helpful thing that
Well,
Cedric
It is
does.
my opinion that you don't stand a chance against the likes of Mordax.
Gee, thanks for the vote of
Oh,
confidence.
excuse me for saying, Your Majesty, but you don't have a choice.
I don't.
You must come with me. I'm sure Crispin can help you.
I could just build a new castle and get a new family. A second lease on life. As I was saying, this is the only helpful thing that Cedric ever does for you in the entire game. Sprinkle you with old fairy dust and get you to where you need to be.
What is that stuff?
Oh, just some old leftover fairy dust I've been carrying around. Oh, it'll help you to fly.
Uh-huh.
You can follow me to the land of Serenia, where Crispin and I live. It's much too far to walk, you know. Oh, I think the fairy dust is still good.
It'd be great if, like, the flowers that Graham picked were actually hallucinogens, and he's been hallucinating the entire
Come
time.
on, up here.
Graham, what are you doing? Stop it, Graham. You're embarrassing yourself. You're a king, for God's sake.
Follow
Wow, look at that beautiful, lush landscape that won't be part of any of the actual gameplay. One of my biggest problems with this game is the landscape changes on a dime. You'll be going from desert to Arctic to the sea in no time at all. It's ridiculous. Music's nice, though. Okay. Loading times are a little slow on the intro.
me. There it is, down here.
How can you point? You're an owl. You don't have
Here
fingers.
I come.
Graham? Oh dear God, Graham. Pull your parachute. And he dies. Whoa! He just did like 3 somersaults in midair right above the
Ooh,
pond.
Looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
Cedric? Where have you been? I've been calling for you.
Ew.
Well,
Oh
what
my.
have we here?
Oh my, a young man in my pond.
A bit clumsy, are you? Well, come on in the house and dry off. No sense sitting around like a wet dog.
I happen to be a king, you know.
Cedric, go into the house and pour each of us a nice hot cup of tea.
Oh, aye, aye, Crispin.
I don't know how he can pour a cup of tea, since he's an owl and doesn't have hands, but everyone's got tea, apparently.
The Society of Wizards has always taken a dim view of Mordack and his abuse of his power.
Maybe we should have,
Life
you know,
has even been
prevented
so
him from being a
unprecedented
wizard.
times.
Or killed him.
It never seems to do any good, though.
Crispin, why would Mordack want to take my family or castle? What did we ever do?
Maybe he wants a new castle.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that. Mordack is a very unpredictable wizard. I've never understood.
Hey, if I could commit Grand Theft Castle, I would too.
Oh, I thought perhaps you could help His Majesty.
powerful wizard at one time.
I'm not anymore. I'm
But
retired.
I've gotten a little rusty lately.
A little rusty.
That's quite enough from you, Cedric.
Or I'll turn you into a newt.
Oh, yes, sir, Crispin, sir.
I don't know what I have that would be of much use to you. Most of my wizard stuff is pretty old and worn
Much
out.
like the rest of me.
But let's see what I can find.
Let me slowly stand up and walk over to the chest over here. And take 20 seconds to bend over and open it. Loading. Loading. I can't find the animation here. Oh, my incontinence is acting up. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Oh man! Bend over and open. There we go.
No, that
Oh
won't
look, a
do.
Mordak killing spell.
That's all you
Damn.
got. It might work. Here, eat this.
Yes, eat anything the old wizard gives you.
What is that?
That's an old piece of magical white snake I had left over from
White Snake, I love that
With it,
band.
You'll be able to communicate with the natural and animal world. You could find that quite helpful. Here's my old wand. I don't even know if it works anymore.
Much like the rest of
Most
me.
of its power may be gone.
Great.
You should know that wands are like
Huh.
pets. They've got to get to know you before they'll work for
I
you.
can't get my cat to do
Treat
anything.
it with care and respect, and hopefully it will do something for you. You'd better get going, my boy. No telling what that confounded Morak could do.
Confounded Mordak messing up my plans and stealing my castle.
Yes, you. Don't be such a coward. Now go on. You'd better get started.
Well,
Thank you,
I haven't-
sir.
I haven't finished my
appreciate all
tea.
you've done for me.
Whatever. Tiny, tiny house.
Oh, I suggest we visit the town first. How about it, Your Majesty?
Please don't call me Your Majesty, Cedric. It's much too formal. I'd like it if you'd just call me Graham.
Graham crackers.
Oh, I'd be delighted to, Graham.
Crackers?
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, the
So-
town. You might be able to find some supplies there. It's just over a little hill to the south. Not too far.
Well then, let's be on our way, Cedric.
And here we are in the gameplay proper. Finally, the intro is over. We have our mouse here with 4 icons. Walk, look, touch, and talk. We have our icons up top and our inventory.
The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it.
Much like the rest of Crispin.
Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fizzles and dies.
Much like the rest of Crispin. We have our inventory item we picked, and we have the help icon, which will tell us about other icons. We have our control panel here. Turn up the detail, turn up the speed. Save our game. We have to save our game often, since this is an adventure game and we can die. So this, I have a previous save game from my previous attempts at recording this thing. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to end the video right here, because I'm sick and tired of watching that video, that intro. That being said, we will get back to King's Quest V very soon, and actually get into the game for once. I'll see you guys later, and this is the Geek Master with OffhandGames, signing out.